and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. Listen up, Biggie in the studio, where the real talk flows, yo. The vibe is buzzing, the truth is loud, but Biggie talking calm, keeping it proud. We got stories of struggle, from hardship to hope, from the block to the globe. Yo, Biggie, break it down, break it clear. No filter, no lies, just sincere. Follow Biggie, Biggie, big. Hit like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. So let's light things up. So let's light things up. We talk about money, we talk about pain, the pain of the youth, the loss of the main. Biggie talk about love, about family ties, all the good and all the lies. We break the chains of ignorance, show the truth with our own language. We're building a bridge over the storm. Keep it steady, keep it warm. Follow Biggie, Biggie, big. Hit like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. So let's light things up. From the suburbs to the skyline, from the sunrise to the shine. We're turning the page, turning the page. We'll break the walls, we'll break the cage. Biggie on mic with heat to your ear. What's happening in the world? No fear. We talk about peace, we talk about love, we talk about hope. Like a dove, we keep the rhythm, keep the rhyme. We'll light the way through the night. Follow Biggie, Biggie, Biggie. Hit like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything and get a teacup. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. Whoa, 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 whoa. So let's light things up. Whoa, 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 whoa. So let's light things up.
Live. Biggie, 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 Biggie on the mic.
Hey, right.
We're talking truth, no hype. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. Yeah. Listen up, Biggie in the studio, where the real talk flows, yo. The vibe is buzzing, the truth is loud, but Biggie talking calm, keeping it proud. We got stories of struggle, from hardship to hope, from the block to the globe.
Yo, Biggie, dig it out.
Break it down,
Break it clear.
break it clear.
No filter, no lie, just sincere. Follow Biggie, 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 hit like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. Follow Biggie, 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 hit like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. We talk about money, we talk about pain, the pain of the youth, the loss of the main. Biggie talks about love, about family ties, all the good and all the lies. We break the chains of ignorance, show the truth with our own language. We're building a bridge over the storm. Keep it steady, keep it warm. Follow Biggie, 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 hit like a let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. Follow Biggie, 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 hit like a let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. From the suburbs to the skyline, yeah. From the sunrise to the shine. We're turning the page, turning the page. We'll break the walls, we'll break the cage. Biggie on mic, with heat to your ear. What's happening in the world? No fear. We talk about peace, we talk about love, we talk about hope. Like a dove, We keep the rhythm, keep the rhyme. We'll light the way through the night. Follow Biggie, 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 hit it like a let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything and get a teacup. It's Biggie time, so let's light things off. Follow Biggie, 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 hit it like a let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop it.
Let's talk, Biggie, Biggie, Biggie on the mic. We're talking truth, no hype. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. Yeah, listen up, Biggie in the studio, where the real talk flows. Yo, the vibe is buzzing, the truth is loud, but Biggie talking calm, keeping it proud. We got stories of struggle from hardship to hope, from the block to the globe. Yo, Biggie, break it down, break it clear. Yeah. No filter, no lie, just sincere. Follow Biggie, 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 hit the like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. Follow Biggie, 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 hit the like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. We talk about money, we talk about pain, the pain of the youth, the loss of the main. Biggie talks about love, about family ties, all the good and all the lies. We break the chains of ignorance, show the truth with our own language. We're building a bridge over the storm, keep it steady, keep it warm. Follow Biggie, 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 hit it like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. From the suburbs to the skyline, from the sunrise to the shine, we're turning the page, turning the page. We'll break the walls, we'll break the cage. Biggie on mic with heat to your ear. What's happening in the world, no fear. We talk about peace, we talk about love, we talk about hope like a dove. We keep the rhythm, keep the rhyme. We'll light the way through the night. Let's talk, Biggie, Biggie, Biggie on the mic. We're talking truth, no hype. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up.
Listen up, Biggie in the studio, where the real talk flows, yo. The vibe is buzzing, the truth is loud, but Biggie talking calm, keeping it proud.
We got stories of struggle, from hardship to hope, from the block to the globe.
Yo, Biggie, break it down, break it clear. No filter, no lie, just sincere.
Follow Biggie, 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 hit like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up.
We talk about money, we talk about pain, the pain of the youth, the loss of the main. Biggie talk about love, about family ties, all the good and all the lies.
We break the chains of ignorance, show the truth with our own language.
We're building a bridge over the storm. Keep it steady, keep it warm.
Follow Biggie, 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 hit like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. So let's light things up. So let's light things up.
From the suburbs to the skyline, from the sunrise to the shine.
We're turning the page, turning the page. We'll break the walls, we'll break the cage.
Biggie on mic with heat to your ear. What's happening in the world, no fear. We talk about peace, we talk about love, we talk about hope like a dove.
We keep the rhythm, keep the rhyme. We'll light the way through the night. Follow Biggie, 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 hit it like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything, get it till what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. Biggie, 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 hit it like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life let's light things up. So let's light things up.
Live. Biggie, 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 biggie on the mic.
Hey, right.
We're talking truth, no hype. Drop everything in here, what's up? It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. Yeah. Listen up, Biggie in the studio, where the real talk flows, yo. The vibe is buzzing, the truth is loud, but Biggie talking calm, keeping it proud. We got stories of struggle, from hardship to hope, from the block to the globe. You're Biggie, dig it out,
Break it down,
break it clear,
break it clear.
No filter, no lie, just sincere. Follow Biggie, 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 hit like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything in here, what's up? It's Biggie time, so let's light things off. Follow Biggie, 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 hit like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything in here, what's up? It's Biggie time, so let's light things off. We talk about money, we talk about pain. The pain of the youth, the loss of the main. Biggie talks about love, about family ties, all the good and all the lies. We break the chains of ignorance, show the truth with our own language. We're building a bridge over the storm. Keep it steady, keep it warm. Follow Biggie, 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 hit like a let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything in here, what's up? It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. Follow Biggie, 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 hit like a let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything in here, what's up? It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. From the suburbs to the skyline, yeah. From the sunrise to the shine. We're turning the page, turning the page. We'll break the walls, we'll break the cage. Biggie on mic, with heat to your ear. What's happening in the world, no fear. We talk about peace, we talk about love. We talk about hope, like a dove. We keep the rhythm, keep the rhyme, keep the rhyme. We'll light the way through the night. Follow Biggie, 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 hit like a let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything and get a teacup. It's Biggie time, so
Yo, Biggie, Biggie, Biggie on the mic. We talking truth, no hype. Drop that knife, drop that fork. It's time to light the torch. Listen up, we're in the studio, where the real talk flows, yo. The city's buzzing, the streets are loud, but we're talking calm, keep it proud. We got stories of struggle, stories of hope, from the block to the globe. We'll break it down, we'll break it clear. No fear, just sincere. Biggie, 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 we're here to talk. We're not about drama, just a solid walk. Put down your knife, put down your fork. Let's talk about life, the truth, the word. We talk about money, we talk about pain. The pain of the youth, the loss of the main. We talk about love, about family ties, all the good and all the lies. We break the chains of ignorance, show the truth with our own language. We're building a bridge over the storm. Keep it steady, keep it warm. Biggie, 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 we're here to talk. We're not about drama, just a solid walk. Put down your knife, put down your fork. Let's talk about life, the truth, the word. Biggie, 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 we're here to talk. We're not about drama, just a solid walk. Put down your knife, put down your fork. Let's talk about life, the truth, the word. From the suburbs to the skyline, from the sunrise to the shine, we're turning the page, turning the page. We'll break the walls, we'll break the cage. We bring the headlines to your ear. What's happening in the world, no fear. We talk about peace, we talk about love. We talk about hope like a dove. We keep the rhythm, keep the rhyme. We'll light the way through the night. Woo! Biggie, 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 we're here to talk. We're not about drama, just a solid walk.
Let's talk, Biggie, Biggie, Biggie on the mic. We're talking truth, no hype. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. Yeah, listen up, Biggie in the studio, where the real talk flows. Yo, the vibe is buzzing, the truth is loud, but Biggie talking calm, keeping it proud. We got stories of struggle, from hardship to hope, from the block to the globe. Yo, Biggie, break it down, break it clear. No filter, no lie, just sincere. Follow Biggie, 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 hit the like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. Follow Biggie, 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 hit the like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. We talk about money, we talk about pain, the pain of the youth, the loss of the main. Biggie talks about love, about family ties, all the good and all the lies. We break the chains of ignorance, show the truth with our own language. We're building a bridge over the storm, keep it steady, keep it warm. Follow Biggie, 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 hit it like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything and hear what's up, it's Biggie time, so let's light things up. From the suburbs to the skyline, from the sunrise to the shine, we're turning the page, turning the page. We'll break the walls, we'll break the cage. Biggie on mic with heat to your ear. What's happening in the world, no fear. We talk about peace, we talk about love, we talk about hope like a dove. We keep the rhythm, keep the rhyme. We'll light the way through the night. Follow Biggie, 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 hit the like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything and get a teacup. Biggie time, so let's light things up. Let's talk, Biggie, Biggie, Biggie on the mic. We're talking truth, no hype. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. Yeah, listen up, Biggie in the studio, where the real talk flows. Yo, the vibe is buzzing, the truth is loud, but Biggie talking calm, keeping it proud. We got stories of struggle, from hardship to hope, from the block to the globe. Yo, Biggie, break it down, break it clear. No filter, no lie, just sincere.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. How's it going, people? Hope everyone's good, hope everyone's well. Welcome to Biggie Let's Talk, episode 63. And today I'm joined by a gentleman called Doc Holliday. Obviously, crypto is very sophisticated figure. It's made people a lot of money, but then it's opened the doors for sophisticated scams as well. So today I'm joined by a gentleman called Doc Holliday, who was actually one of the victims of these scams for 200K actually. But instead of actually moping around and thinking, oh no, I've lost this money, what he's done, he's written a book called The Crypto Scammed. And that's what I want to talk to him about. So let's bring Doc in. Where's he gone? How you doing, Doc? You all right?
Hey, Big.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Good stuff. How are you anyway? You good?
I am doing good.
Living the dream, huh?
Hey, yes.
Okay, so what was your experience of crypto before this happened?
Well, I'd been in crypto for about 8 years, and I thought I was pretty well knowledgeable about it and how to keep things safe. And so I wasn't like a newbie. I studied and did things that I thought were very appropriate to keep everything safe. And then as I put in my book, there's a word, a sentence I say, mirror, mirror on the wall, what's the weakest link for my security of all? And you look in a mirror, it's you. You know, technology is great to protect everything, but it's that human mind that is the weakest link in many, many cases.
Okay, so take us back to that point where the scammers approached you. Was there any red flags you could tell people about to raise awareness?
Yes, a lot of red flags, but I was going to tell you, Biggie, right here on the front end, and I am changing the name of the title of my book, because I did talk with Jack Canfield, who's written Chicken Soup for the Soul, and went to one of his seminars, and he said, Ed, I really like your book. It's very good, but your title needs to be changed. So the title is My 200K Nightmare, which was the subtitle. And my website is my200knightmare.com. So
Okay.
find that, and because it is about crypto, but like Jack was saying, your story is about financial scams, because it doesn't matter if you have online banking or if any kind of scam. It's even the romantic scams. I mean, people need to know those 10 warning signs. And so what you were asking me about, how did it came about, and it's not like somebody approached me physically. They called me on the phone. It's on Valentine's Day in 2025, just over a year ago, and everything was going smooth, just a regular day. I had several things going on, and maybe my guard was not up because it's Valentine's Day, and
Yeah.
it was a Friday, and just finishing up everything, and then I got a phone call, and they didn't want to know anything about crypto. They didn't want all they said is, somebody's hacking into your Google account and it's frozen now. We have frozen your Google account, and we just, to get it open, you need to use a temporary password. And, my phone, it said Google, but I didn't fall for that. I just said, hey, I know good and well you're not Google. And so they started sending me emails, and they had my email. It made me think they were Google, and they sent emails to Google saying, I spent about 30 minutes getting them to prove that they were Google. Of course, they weren't, but they said they were, and they sent me emails. And finally, they said, look, if we send you a notice on YouTube, will you, would that make you feel better? I said, yeah, I knew Google owns YouTube, and I had YouTube on my phone app, and I got a notice on my YouTube that this is, is this you? And I said, yes. And and from there, I mean, I said, that's all I need to do. And he said,
Was this the point where you start to trust them?
yes. See, that's what it is. They put some fear in you. They said somebody's trying to get in your account. We frozen it to help you, and I said, that's all you need. Yes, that's all we need. I hung up, didn't think a thing about it, and then about an hour later, I got a phone call, and this deals with cryptocurrency, Biggie. They said, we are Coinbase Asset Protection, and I know anybody's got a Coinbase account that is a crypto exchange. They say, we will never call you. And of course, they didn't say they were Coinbase. They said we're Coinbase Asset Protection.
Oh, okay.
Which made me, and I didn't believe them. Again, I said, I don't believe you. And they said, well, try to, we'll send you email. Of course, the emails look very real. And I said, well, I still don't believe you. And then they said, well, if we, just pick any email that you sent to Coinbase in the past, you just pick any email, and we will, and say, is this you, or write us an email. We'll send it back to you. And I picked one I used about a year ago. I sent to Coinbase, and they sent it back, and made me think it's all real. And then they said, we know someone's trying to get 1,999 chain link tokens off your Coinbase account. See, that made me again trust them more, because they knew the exact number of what I had. They'd gone through my emails and somehow found out, it wasn't public knowledge, of course. And they found out how many chain link, and I knew those chain link tokens were worth about $38,000 at the time. And they said, somebody is removing them. Is that you? And I said, of course, I said, no, it's not me. And they said, well, we need to secure that, because somebody's about to get them. Of course, if it was real, it'd been Coinbase problems. Not my problem, it's their problem. But they made me feel like, they were Coinbase. They were there to help me. And they said, we don't want you to move anything. We just want you to move off just to safeguard them, move them off the security exchange, and move them off the Coinbase exchange into a Coinbase wallet. And I said, of course, I don't have a Coinbase wallet. They said, well, we can help you with that. And looking back, I have to laugh at some of these things, because it hurts so bad. It really does hurt to know that I fell in for this. But it was a 2-hour process basically.
So that's clearly one of the red flags, isn't it? They wanted to put your funds, your coins into their wallet.
Yeah, and they didn't say it, of course. They didn't say it that way. They said, move it from your exchange into our wallet that we'll help you set up. And of course, I think they really put it, set up the wallet, got my information, put it in under my name. And then they did start, moving the coins over. And I could see them in the wallet, had my name and everything there. And I go into excruciating details in a book. When I say excruciating, I look back and it really hurts. But that's what the book's about, so everybody can see the entire scam. But eventually what happened, and when I realized I was being scammed, was when they had, there's two things that are very important for people to understand. Again, some red flags that, and then we were having trouble moving one of the coins off. And they said this could take a long time. Would, if you'd get this, app that is just a regular app on Google, on an app store where you can go in and of course they can get in your computer to help you out. They said, if we can see this, we can move along quicker. And again, foolishly looking back, I can't believe I did it. I tell people it's like I was sitting in a horror movie. And, everybody will say, oh, don't go in there. If you're watching a film and you go, oh, no, don't go in there. And that's exactly what I did. I let them get my computer to help me. And then, of course, they were, and I didn't realize what happened when they'd moved some Bitcoin I had and they'd moved my chain link and a couple other coins. And then all of a sudden I looked at that into that wallet they had created. And I looked, I did not see the Bitcoin. I did not see the chain. I didn't see the coin. I said, hey, where did that go? They was there a while ago. And they said, oh no, it takes 24 hours to show up. Of course, no, they were there and I don't see it now. And I was feeling very duped. And that's where, and then I saw screens flashing up on my screen. And again, I thought I was real secure. I had one laptop computer that I never used for anything but cryptocurrency. I wouldn't ever go on the internet or do anything. And I thought it was very secure. But here I was, they were in this computer now. And unbeknownst to me, Biggie, and I don't know if as a team, I don't say how one person could do it because they were talking to me the whole time, moving things. But I had about, 7 or 8 different wallets, digital wallets for cryptocurrency. Yeah. And when they were talking to me, they had gone to my computer and gotten all my passwords of those other wallets, and they were draining those wallets. At what
point did you report it to the authorities or report it to Coinbase?
Well, as soon as I realized what had happened, and they were talking about we need to do this, and I said, "Where's my?" Where I talked about one of the tokens, where'd that go? And then I knew was, anyway, they hung up and I tried to call them right back. Of course, that didn't work. And I was just devastated. And then I did get hold of, I went to Coinbase and Gemini and and I'll tell you, the Coinbase, I had about a little less than $100,000 in crypto on Coinbase, and they drained off 75,000 before they shut it down. And then they did shut it down. And then I called them, told them to shut it down, but they had already shut it down. Luckily, now Coinbase didn't help me out any. They've had some problems a month or two after that, and they helped some people out. But in Gemini, there's Coinbase, another Coinbase exchange that the two brothers run that on that Gemini exchange. They got into that account. I know they were into it, and I had some coin stake Ethereum. For those who know about crypto, right after Bitcoin, Ethereum's number 2, and I had some that was staked, and they tried to unstake it. And because it was staked, they couldn't withdraw it. But they made the process to try to withdraw it. And in Gemini, to their credit, knew something was wrong. And I had, probably 30, 40,000 worth of tokens there. And I didn't lose one penny from Gemini. They knew something's wrong and they shut it down and froze my account.
Brilliant. And did you manage to recover anything?
And the biggest thing was going to tell you, though, they did drain my other wallets because they had the passwords and they were just draining it. And what happened is I could see when, it just wiped me out mentally, emotionally. And I just, I was devastated because I'd worked about 8 years building up these coins in the wallets and spent hours and hours of studying the coins and getting the ones I wanted and reading newsletters and all that biggie. And it was just emotionally crippling. And yes, what could have getting back what they did. And when my computer expert, I got the next day, go through my computers to get them all cleaned up. And he, and there was a page there and I had like, I don't know, a fourth of a Bitcoin, which at the time was about $100,000, that I'd taken. But I noticed on my computer that they had laundered, or, they used what they call the Tornado app. If anybody's familiar with cryptocurrencies, the Tornado app, it's the one that, you put in there and it just breaks up all your crypto in about 1,000 different places. So law enforcement can't follow it. And that's why I noticed. I asked my friend, my crypto expert, my computer guy that was helping me out, security guy that's cleaning up the computers. I said, what is this? And there was 38 Bitcoin, which at the time was worth, a couple $1 million or more. I said, I don't have that money. I mean, that's not mine. I'd hate to lose that much. I wish I'd had it to lose. But he said, Ed, that's probably where all the money that they've stolen that day, they used your computer to launder the money. And
okay.
And so it was, mine plus the others, they laundered over $2 million on my computer. They used my computer to launder it and split it up. And when they were in there. And so, that was just it. So no, I don't get my money back. And I did, I filed reports for the FBI here in the United States. They have a place where you can file the reports. And sadly, every year is growing. There's more and more scams.
I can imagine they're getting more sophisticated, aren't they?
Yep, and they are. And then my local police department, they helped me as much as they could. But like I said, once they goes in that Tornado app and going through Coinbase, it's gone. There's really no way to get to it. Just get in that Tornado app.
Okay, so you went through this bad experience, and then you decided to put pen to paper to raise awareness for others, didn't you?
So what I did, I stumbled around. When I say stumbled around that night and that day, and I had to tell my wife about, hey, I just lost $200,000, and I hated to tell my wife.
Of course, yeah.
And I hated for anybody knowing. The guy that was cleaning my computers up, the computer expert, he said, Ed, I know you're a good writer. I write novels. And I'm a dentist. That's why I get the name Doc Holliday. The original Doc Holliday in all the Westerns is a real life figure out in the Old West. He was a dentist. So my dentist told me when I went to dental school, he said, Ed, get ready. You're going to get a nickname. Might as well get used to it. So that's why I get called Doc Holliday, because I am a dentist and now I work, a day or two a week, and because I enjoy doing that, but I also like to write novels. But my friend told me, clean up computers. He said, Ed, you're not the first one to get scammed. You won't be the last one. He said, I know so many people who've been scammed, but most of them, they are full of guilt and shame. And I told him, hey, I raised my hand and said, that's me. I'm full of guilt and shame. And I can't believe I did it. Can't believe it happened. I can't believe it happened to me. I can't believe, at the time, there was a thought in the process that, hey, I may lose $38,000. And I said, is this going to be a scam? But I had no clue they were in my computer draining my wallets. And that's why I lost $200,000. But he said, Ed, if you'll write a book about this, you will help so many people, because nobody wants to talk about being scammed. And
100%.
and he said the other thing is, if if you get your book out there, you're not only going to help them, but he said, I don't know anybody who's written a book. And I actually went online to find somebody. There's books about scams, but I couldn't find one who had lost $200,000 in
On their personal experience.
Yeah. So so I thought, well, I can write this. And another thing was, I was working on a novel then, and my creativity went to zero. I just, it wasn't, people go, oh, you get, writer's block or something. It wasn't writer's block. It was like a writer's concrete shell went over the top of me, because I couldn't think anything. And then I thought, well, if I write this book about getting scammed, just tell how I got scammed and research it some. And then, as I did that, it helped get my creativity back. But I had to get that book, the scam book, out of my system. And even, it's so fresh. And even talking to you now, Biggie, it seems like I have financial traumatic flashbacks. It's hard to lay it aside.
Definitely.
And I have to work at it. And the thing is, Biggie, and for all your audience, listening, is, can it happen to you? Yes, it can happen to anybody. And I just went on my P's and Q's. The most important thing I can say is, don't ever, ever let somebody call you on the phone and you do any kind of financial stuff on the phone. If you initiate it, yeah, go ahead. But if somebody calls you, I don't care if they say the president of the bank, I don't care if they say they're whoever they say they are. If you need to do something financially, even if it's crypto, I could go to the site. I don't need somebody coaching me through it. That's you don't need anybody that you don't know, even no matter who they say they are. So basically, on the phone, somebody's wanting to do something money wise, hang that thing up, hang it up quick. Have
you had people that have read the book have given you feedback to say thanks for that, you helped me?
Yes, I've been talking about it, and it's fairly new out there. And like I said, that's one reason I'm going to go ahead and get the cover change and changing the title to My 200K Nightmare. And I've had people. The biggest part I didn't think. I had no clue. But when I tell about my scam, what happened to me, Biggie, so many people will come up to me and tell me how they were scammed, or how their family member was scammed. And it's very, very prevalent. And it's just like my friend had told me, the computer guy, people don't want to tell anybody about it. And, once they're scammed, they think, and they hate it and they don't tell anybody, and there's not much they can do. And so, even what the FBI says and what the yearly statistics are, they're worse, because so many people got scammed and don't even let anybody know, because they don't want to bring it up to the wife, or they don't want to, it might be 10,000, 20,000. So it might be 500, but there's so many scammers out there. And one reason, Biggie, for people to know, the scammers out there are, they very few ever get caught. And a lot of times they run the operations out of the country. Now, the voice sounded like somebody right out of Hollywood out in California or something. It sounded to me very American, wasn't something that I would wonder, where's his accent coming from? And then I tell you about Jack Canfield. And now I went through it. He's one who want me to change the title of my book. And he's written over 500 million books. So Chicken Soup for the Soul series. And probably one of the most, if not the most successful nonfiction author. But he was telling me he knew somebody in computer security, and they had actually interviewed a scammer, and she lived in Africa, and she's just making, $3 or $4 a week doing. And so she can sit down and say, she can make 500 a week. Just tremendously more for her family working for a scammer. And, what's the morality is, Americans are rich. People in Great Britain are rich. So, compared to us, they're rich. So if I steal their money, that's okay.
Not gonna make no difference to them.
They don't think of it as stealing. They just think this is my job, and and that's why everybody gets so many texts, so many phone calls, so many. That's the world we live in, and so that's why I put the book together, Biggie. So it does have 10 ways. What I say now, my 200K nightmare: 10 ways to avoid financial scams. I wish I'd known. That's what.
Excellent. Okay, from the book, you got 10 steps, like he said. What's the one that people least ignore?
Yes, I found 10 steps, and the one that I think people don't do and don't even think of. I've never even seen anybody put it out, but studying said, prepare yourself for scams. Practice scams. We practice fire drills. In America, we practice tornado drills.
Yeah.
You may not have to do that over in Great Britain, but practice all these drills for safety, because when the fear comes, the time comes, it will. You need to be prepared and have an outline of what to do. So we need to practice being scammed, and there's some ways to do it. I cover it in my book, and on my website, my 200knightmare.com. There's a free game you can play that help. It has a little time element in there, and you got to make decisions. And that's another thing that I feel like it's important. Being prepared is to practice being scammed. Get together someone that can help you practice. Make sure you're prepared. Somebody tries to scam you.
100%. And in your opinion, why are crypto scams so popular?
Because people are making a lot of money from it. And that's why it's so popular to be, to steal. And like I said, there's a morality part that a lot of people don't feel like it's immoral to steal. If they're not using a gun, they're not, putting a gun to your head, and they think, well, if they'll fall for it, okay, and so they don't have any moral disregard. They don't think it's being bad, because they think, well, this is the way I make my living. But there's so many out there. Now, another thing about the scam I have in a book, being a dentist, I know something about epinephrine, and we get that fight or flight response. That's built into our brain. If you're fearful for your life, fearful for something, then your brain makes epinephrine, and it's adrenaline. We call it adrenaline or epinephrine. And I know some, just like if our in the field of dentistry, when we get your mouth numb so we can work on a tooth, most time we use epinephrine to keep so it lasts longer. Some people can't use enough epinephrine, we won't, but some people get a little epinephrine in, and it make the heart beat fast, or see little beads of forehead pop up on their head, and oh, they got too much epinephrine, and and we have to talk them through that if they do that. But what I'm saying is, when your brain makes epinephrine, and what the scammers do, and I go in detail in the book about it, but what they do is they give you that sense of urgency. Somebody's getting your tokens right now. You got to do something. They're stealing your tokens right now. You got to do something. And again, I knew those tokens were worth $38,000 that they told me somebody's trying to steal. So it made me fear for that. And what happens when your brain is in the fear mode, it makes adrenaline, and then your ability to do rational thinking in the pre-cortex of your brain, it is shut down, not completely, but it just diminishes. Rational thinking becomes diminished.
Yeah.
And then you make decisions you wouldn't normally make. And again, I go into more detail in the book, but that's why scammers work, and that's how they work. And they do socially engineer the brain. And the ones that have done it a long time, they're good at it. And they're the ones that make you think that they're your friend. You can trust them, and you put your trust in them. And that, like you mentioned a while ago, how does that happen? It's a series of things. And then once they sort of pull you in, get your trust, then they can get you to open up things that you just think you would never do it. But
what are the top 3 warning signs that someone is dealing with a scammer?
Well, top 3, I would say, is number 1, if somebody calls you on the phone, wants you to do anything with money or anything with finances, absolutely hang that phone up. You know, if it's really important, they call you back, Biggie. Or if it's really important, you can go to the URL website. You know, if it's your bank or somewhere, somebody says, "Oh, this is your bank." Well, they most times nowadays they're not going to be calling. But even if they do, you can hang the phone up, because if you need to, you can go to their actual website and see what needs to be done. You don't do anything over the phone. So that's one. The other one is, you know, like I do think we neglect preparing for scams. You know, what would you do if you get scammed? Practice being scammed. So that's a takeaway. And I guess the other one would be, if you have online banking, or if you have anything, internet, anything, it's social media, especially. I mean, people watch your show, Biggie, and if you get on the show and you say, I got 10 Bitcoin, or if you tell somebody, you just put it out there that you got all this Bitcoin, or you got this cryptocurrency, you're letting scammers know, hey, I want to go after this guy. So keep your mouth shut. Yeah. What in World War II in America, I don't know what in Great Britain, but I remember back in World War II when the big saying was, loose lips sink ships. So they're saying, keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, basically.
And when it comes to cryptocurrency or anything at all financially, you know, keep your mouth shut. You don't need to be on social media saying, oh, I got all this, right? I got this cryptocurrency, did all that. I mean, you just you're becoming a target for like saying, here's a bullseye. Can you come scam me? And so keep your mouth shut is the third one, I'd say.
Fantastic. And finally, if somebody was getting scammed right now, what should they immediately do?
You just stop. You hang up if you're on the phone. If you're talking to somebody, you go talk to a trusted friend. Go talk to, you know, if they're trying to get you to move money or anything like that, you stop. You know, you find somebody you trust, a banker. You go into the bank. You don't do anything over the phone, and you go to the, you know, there are people in my hometown here that were going in to move money, and the bankers say, hey, you are being scammed. You know, so those are things you just stop. You know, if anything's important, you know, you can go back and do it again, but just stop where you are. Okay, so from your crypto lessons, do you still deal in crypto? I do. That's another thing. One reason I'm changing the title of my book, I did, you know, I told you the original title is Crypto Con. And one of the reasons I wanted to change it was because people who need to know about financial scams and see crypto, they go, well, I don't have crypto, I'm not going to worry about it. They need the information in my book. Everybody does. It's about financial scams. And then Crypto Con, if you like crypto, with my title, you might be thinking, oh, he's saying crypto is a con game. So I'm still in crypto. I lost a whole bunch, and I'm slowly getting it built back up, or trying to. You know, it'll be a while. Maybe I can sell some books on your show, and I'll have some extra income to maybe get back into crypto. But right now, the main thing is I want to help people. I wish I could go after the money. I can't get my money back. It's gone. I understand that. So the way I get the scammers back is to get on Biggie's show and tell people about being scammed. I want to educate people. That's my 100%. Mission now. Okay, thank you, Doc. And finally, did you manage to nominate somebody? Well, I would nominate Jack Canfield. Like I said, he's written more nonfiction books than probably anybody else on earth, and sold over 500 million, Chicken Soup for the Soul, and I would nominate him. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Doc. And guys, make sure you go and check his book out if you're a crypto person. 100%. You can go catch the red flags and stop people from scamming you before it's too late, like Doc did, like what happened to Doc. But Doc, I just want to say thank you very much. And then one more time, just say my200knightmare.com. That's the website. And then you can go on Amazon, other places. You can get the ebook. So easy to find. 100%. Thank you very much, Doc. All the best. Take care.